All right, good morning, boys and girls. Ross Brezovar here once again for our weekly coffee break. This happens to be episode 90. Can you believe it? It's been quite a journey up to this point. As you know, in 2024, the very beginning of the year, we decided we would shake things up a little bit. And instead of doing presentations like we were before, we were going to talk specifically about one small item within the digital marketing realm, and then showcase how we would take care of it on our side from the multiple tools that we have. And the tool that we're going to be using today is going to help us with AI generated scroll stopping ads. So now if you can remember correctly, if you've watched the previous videos, there are 3 steps to conversion. The 2 of the 3 we've already spoken about, which is the second step and the third step. Second step is the hook, which is basically that single line of text that basically grabs them and makes them think about what they would want to do and they want to learn more. And then the third step is persuasion. Persuasion, of course, is landing on your sales page or your within your sales funnel and persuading them using tactics like benefit stacks and FAQs, so using frequently asked questions as in the sales process as opposed to like just generally on your website, use of free bonuses and so on and so forth. The first step, which is actually where we probably should have started, is scroll stopping ads, which is basically related to images. You know how everybody is nowadays; they're on fire with their thumb, really pushing the envelope, see what they can see, and we want to try to make sure that our targeting gets the right person to stop what they're doing in the middle of the scroll because of the advertising images that we've created. And today we're going to showcase the tool that we're using right now that is built and designed specifically for marketers, that already takes into consideration what a marketer is trying to do, which in this case, we're talking about getting someone to actually stop and take notice. So first step is to get attention. Second step is to hook them. And the third step is to persuade them on our landing page, right? So I'm going to move myself out of the way and turn on there we go. All right, so this is the same tool we've been talking about that actually helped me generate the magic hook, the benefit stack, the free bonuses, and the frequently asked questions. And today's, we're going to utilize the very same client. Well, this is not a client of ours. I randomly chose a spa here in Aruba and just grabbed the information off their website. Now, slight difference on the graphics. So when we're creating hero images, which actually go on the website or the landing page, or scroll stopping ad images like we're going to do today, we don't want to give them the business description. We want to say, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for, in this case, what we did is this is a spa and pain management clinic in Aruba, offering rejuvenating massages and treatments, a serene image of a person receiving a relaxing massage under gently swaying palm trees on a sunny beach. So you're going to see that theme throughout. Of course, you can change it. I kind of like the image idea, so we went with it. And for today's presentation, we're going to go with that. Now, as with all the other components of our tool, we have advanced options. In most of the images, I kept everything the same, which is default. As you'll notice here, where textures and patterns is turned off, I did that in the last couple of images. And we're going to go all the way to the bottom, and we're going to start with this one. And I'll give you 3 guesses why we can't use this one, and the first 2 don't count. As with AI generated images in most cases, you run into this problem. I'm not exactly sure where the body went. The arm is there. Everything else seems to be fairly in good shape. I'm not sure about the woman's right side of her body, but her arm is there. There's what looks like the right amount of fingers. So it's getting a little bit better, but not so much. Anyways, so we obviously can't use this. This particular image I liked, and I reached out to support because what was interesting about it is that the image, because I asked for, let me scroll back up to the top here and I'll show you what I asked for. I asked for portrait so I could use it in a reel or a story. I changed it to square later on. You'll notice exactly when that change was. But in this image, this was actually in a portrait, but it was this way. So I had to go like this to actually see it. I'm not sure exactly why that is. So what's new in this tool, we've just added the ability to edit the tool. So I went in there and I edited it to make it horizontal. But as you can see, this would not work in a portrait style ad running on, let's say, Reels. for instance. You can copy this, but you can also download it. You've got three options: PNG, JPEG, and then WebP. And if you're not familiar with what that is, WebP is where the image retains as much quality as possible, but it creates a faster loading image, which of course you want for like websites and that kind of thing. All right, so the next image that came out, this is where I switched to square. I actually really like this image. I love the fact that it's popping off with the use of shadow underneath and to the right side. I am a little bit concerned that one, she has no covering. So if we were obviously a business, not sure this would be the one. And then of course, the woman who's doing the massaging has her hands placed right on her bottom. Now, when you get a massage, glutes are in fact something that a part of the body that can be massaged. I just think that this particular one would probably not be a good use of the image just because of the fact that she's not covered on a public beach, and also with the placement of her hands. But overall, the image itself is actually really nicely done. This one gets a little bit better. All the fingers are there, the body parts, everything is, the way it should be as far as size and space. She is covered on a public beach again, or on a beach. So this one is actually not a bad one. I'm not sure about the lines on her body, but I think it's part of the whole style of this, which is, I believe, where I made the change to a different style. But anyway, so then I did this one here. Now this one, and I didn't do it, the AI did it, but I reacted to it not reacted, sorry, I reviewed it, sorry. And the only thing that, besides maybe some smaller items, like I think this is a finger here that's kind of going in the wrong direction. Obviously AI tools, you have to check for those small things. Because it's editable, and I tried to do this earlier, and for some reason my computer, I think, is a little tired. I've let it run for the last day or three, and it's got a lot of tabs open. So perhaps if I were to try it, let me see if this will let me edit. I don't think so. Yeah, next time I do this, I'll have to make sure the computer's just turned on for the first time. But anyways, again, from a commercial standpoint, it's not necessarily a bad image. I mean, the colors, the blues, the teals, the greens, slight greens, blue greens in here. These are all colors very synonymous in the wellness industry. I think that the man wearing a towel, massaging another man, I don't know, how would you say it? How it would be received in different places of the world. Now, I do know that there are places around the world that men do wear not a towel, but it's a form of garment, of clothing this would look similar for. So this is actually really not a bad image at all. And then the last one, I decided to change it from digital art to, I think it's photorealistic. I'll have to go back and check it. But I like this one because, again, the blues are great from the water standpoint. There's nothing else in there except for the person being massaged and the person massaging. Everything looks to be, counting fingers. Everything looks good. There isn't anything abnormally poking out where it shouldn't be. So I really like this one. She's covered on a public beach. So this is actually not a bad looking image. And remember, like on the others, like the hooks and the stacks and the bonuses and that, whenever the AI generates certain information, or in this case, images, you can give it up to 5 stars. And what you're doing is you're actually helping to teach the AI tool what you like and don't like. So some of those other ones, like obviously with the missing body, I put a 1, I think, 1 star. And it helps to sort of correct it in future images. So if I were to do this again, it would take into consideration what I've given this as a 4 star and, continue to work with it. So, and then what it is editable is that you're able to add images, add text, You're able to also modify the image. So I'll give you a good example on an earlier one we were playing with. I didn't have it up here now because I had to reset the information. But we had a table full of cookies and stacked up, and they were in different places. But and I don't remember what we were actually looking for, but the cookie, it's the food item that was in the top looked like it was kind of floating, wasn't really a cookie. It looked more like a bagel. So, of course, it stood out. Now, I could just have removed it, which we played around, and we actually removed it with the tool. And what it did is it replaced it where the steam was coming up. So it looked like it was just normal or natural from the rest of the image. So it could just remove it out of there. However, what I really liked about it was the ability to go in and also encircle the bagel, but then tell the AI, hey, I'm looking for a cookie. And then it gives you several options, and you can scroll through and choose the cookie that you would like to replace the bagel with, replaces it, then you save it, and now you have a new image. So that's pretty interesting to be able to edit, because that was something we couldn't do earlier, which is, being able to edit AI. We know that AI comes with some weird things. I could maybe, I didn't think about this, try to remove the arm. So it looked like the woman was on the beach having just finalized a massage. Maybe, the person giving the massage wasn't there anymore. Could have been usable, but I just thought of it now. And as you can see, the editing, and my poor computer is probably ready for a nap. Been working it to death. So anyways, remember that it's important, those 3 steps of conversion, right? Which is get their attention. So get them to stop doing what they're doing, which in most cases is scrolling, right? Hook them. So get that one sentence that grabs their attention that goes, I really need to learn more about this. And then finally, of course, is persuasion, which is utilizing some of those other tactics or strategies like the benefit stacks, free bonuses, the use of frequently asked questions in a particular way within your sales funnel, which is great. We've looked for one of our previous videos for that, and then persuade them to actually purchase. So those are your 3 steps. This is the tool we've got. I will see you next week. I do not have a topic yet for next week. I will work on that and get it up online soon. Have a great rest of the week, and thanks for checking us out.